News just coming in. Disengagement that began a couple of days ago between the Indian and Chinese armies in northern Ladakh friction points of Depsang and the southern Ladakh friction point of Demchok is nearly complete. The process is expected to be completed, we are hearing, latest by tomorrow, which would mean a possible resumption of patrolling in these two stubborn friction points, possibly even before Diwali. Let's go across to India. Today's Shivani Sharma bringing us the latest on this. Shivani, for 3 days now, in fact 4 days now, the disengagement process has been on in Depsang and Demchok. You've just returned from Ladakh as well. This is good news, which means that the first layer of that pullback is nearly complete, possibly paving the way for the resumption of patrolling, which could happen before Diwali.
The timeline that was being set for disengagement from Demchok and Depsang plains was a week-long deadline, and it started on Wednesday. Remember, on 23rd of October, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was shaking hands with President Xi Jinping at the Sidelines of Bridge Summit in Kazan. And that was the day when the first tent was dismantled, and exactly after a week, that means this Wednesday is being expected that the patrolling can resume. That would be on the occasion of Diwali. The resumption of the first patrolling will be there in Demchok and Depsang. And for that, the disengagement is almost completed. That's what the defense sources have indicated, that the disengagement process is in the final phase. The cross-verification goes on now. Cross-verification will happen from both the sides, and then a formal acknowledgement of a complete disengagement will be made, and thereafter the first patrol will resume. And we were telling our viewership that the patrolling will be in a coordinated manner to avoid any kind of clashes and confrontations, but the timeline that was set is being well met, and in next 2 days the patrolling will resume after the disengagement is completely done.
Okay, this is good news. Remember, always a note of caution when it comes to India and China. There's a very long way to go. There's no reason for exuberance. The very, very first fractional layer of a troop pullback has taken place, is taking place. The resumption of patrolling means some few inches of forward movement, which is always welcome when it comes to India and China. We'll keep you posted and we'll continue to give you a realistic assessment of how this story actually unfolds. Don't believe any exaggerations when it comes to Eastern Ladakh.